They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Not much leg here. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after here coming up
for the extra point.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Boy, so they don't get the conversion, but they're going to go right into the onside kick formation. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
31's the mic. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Foles. And that'll be incomplete.
Nick Foles
took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Julian Blackmon. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Intercepted.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
No,
Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football. Put it on the ground way too often at Wisconsin. If he learns to hang on to it, he could be one of the surprises in the NFL.
We're 19. Okay. 20.
First down, Brissett.
Get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Open man is Trey Burton. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Complete
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Trey Burton making the catch for his new team, the Colts, but he was a member of these Bears the last 2 seasons. Had a career best 54 catches, in fact, 2 years ago, but then injuries held him to just 14 total catches in 2019. Now left side on the swing pass. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Try to punch it in with Taylor. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Giovanni Bernard. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Check. Fresno.
The give to Taylor. And some room to maneuver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Taylor,
a 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
I know that on draft day, Jonathan Taylor was disappointed he didn't go in the first round, but when he heard his name called in the 2nd round by the Indianapolis Colts, he had to be jumping up and down with excitement because of their big, strong, physical offensive line. And you put that with his downhill running style, and you've got a perfect combination, the perfect storm for a young guy coming into the league. 225 pounds, sub 4'4" at the combine. He's going to get plenty of opportunities to be a battering ram.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. There's a throw that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
To Zach Pascal. It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
Here's Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bears will take over at their own 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The throw over the middle taken in. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Kill. Slam.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Bears 7, Colts 6.
They'll run it here with Bernard. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
And 1 at the Colts' 25-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Foles. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Nick Foles sacked.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now Foles. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Number 13,
a gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw.
At the 50-yard line.
That's into the hands of Pascal. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Grabbed there by Zach Pascal, and he's one of those guys that often people forget are even on the roster, but when you look up at the end of the game, he's produced over 600 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2019.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Second and 11 at the Bears' 28-yard line.
Caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
You got nothing. Check.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Trey Burton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. Brissett. And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now it's Patterson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30 area. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
A gain of 7 brings up 3rd and 5.
It's our time. It's our time. 31, 1, 1, 1.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man is Miller, he's got it. He's got daylight, the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. It was 3rd and medium. They popped the short pass, looking to pick up the first, accomplish that mission, and then they accomplished a lot more on that mission all the way for the score.
Let me focus in on one word you used, pop, right? They popped the short pass, and then what happened after that? They popped the big run. Because now, once he caught it, didn't have anyone else in the vicinity to bring him down, and he takes off, and he kept going. Nice gutsy call, even better execution.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives to see if the offense can continue this uptick here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Giovanni Bernard. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bears have broken the tie. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
The kick is blocked.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on, just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Brissett. Eluding the pressure right. This one into the hands of Burton. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking deep for Hilton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 35-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and he'll complete this one to Patterson. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
10 at the 39-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Total.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Touchdown, Bears.
Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
That keeps the score Bears 26, Colts 14.
Nice hit, boy.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Brissett sets to throw it. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Brissett's pass.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards. And a Colts 1st down.
Again, it's Brissett. And that's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
At the 40-yard line.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On the counter, it's Taylor. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
35-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And that will be incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. Foles and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
He was brought
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On third down, Bernard. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Foles on target with that one to Graham. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
10 more yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This will be caught inside the 10. And the Bears are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Bernard. And the Bears are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Check, crunch, crunch.
On second down, Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
Andy Isabella on the return. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Brissett on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Brissett's pass complete.
Zach Pascal, 79
Touchdown,
yards.
Indianapolis.
And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
No problem there on the
Colts
extra point.
21.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for
So after the
Indianapolis.
touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now it's Patterson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Cordero Patterson on the return. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a first and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
On first down, Bernard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Second and 11 now.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Sacked.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And a throw there going to be incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Going up top for Miller. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. A first down throw for Brissett. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Jonathan Taylor.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
At the 17-yard line. A gain of 14. First down, Colts.
They'll run with Taylor. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Taylor again the ball
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
At the 13-yard line.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. To throw on 2nd and 6. Brissett. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eddie Goldman with a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
33.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Giovanni Bernard, the
I'm
ball
guessing
carrier.
you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to
line.
possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Foles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Be alert. Hey, Silver. Get that quarterback at all costs. Hey, Mike 51. I'm coming.
Check. Lucky. Go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Bears on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11.
Right here, guys.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Turnover on downs.
Brissett to throw on first. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Logan Ryan.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Foles going to lead the Bears to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 22. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The tackle made by Malik.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Made back at the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Watch the pass.
Kill.
4 down.
Flush to his right. And able to find Green. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Foles on target there to Robinson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
To Allen Robinson.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
That's good.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with a minute 56 to go.
48-yard line.
Now Bernard. Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. Touchdown, Chicago. Giovanni Bernard,
Touchdown,
48 yards. As the Bears push further out in front.
For the extra point.
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit. Being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility. Look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
51's Mike. Mike's 51.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
They'll run here with Bernard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
You mine!
31's the mic.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
On second down, Bernard. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Today's final score, Bears 47.
Charles, it's one thing to win, it's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.